Hi Pisces, it's Kendrick from Providence Tarot. I am actually going to give you a quick reading here because I feel like I owe you one from your birthday season, and I feel like I need to do a couple of more signs too. You know how it is, right? So let me go ahead and shuffle these cards for you. I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot, and we just gonna do this, and I'm gonna be out, okay? And back again. Yes. Oh, God. Child. Hopefully not. Please, God, let me read these cards clearly, concisely, efficiently, and meaningfully. Okay, so this is what you got going on, Pisces. You got the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this is talking about you feeling like opposition, right? Is it other people's opposition against you, or is it you just feeling opposition within yourself? You are your own worst enemy. Also remember that. And the only thing that is stopping you is yourself, okay? This is also connected to maybe like toxic relationships or ways that you might yourself be toxic, or that you might be perpetuating toxic traits, you know what I mean? And also don't let other people trigger you. Don't let other people try to, challenge you in any kind of way, because you know who you are. You know what I mean? And you know what you're doing, right? You don't have to convince everybody, but you definitely need to basically like do it your way. You know what I mean? This is standing up for your beliefs, doing what you're passionate about, right? Following your passions, okay? And when you follow your passions and when you're honest and just and true to yourself, then things will pay off for you, because this is also associated with karma, you know what I mean? In some kind of way, just because Mars is exalted in the sign of karma, and this is Mars in Leo. Okay, so it definitely has something to do with oppositional energy, karmic relationships, you know what I mean? That type of thing, right? It's giving you very much proceed with caution, you know? And also careful who you trust. Careful who you trust. Okay. So that's the Seven of Wands at the bottom. Let's look at what's going on in the center of the reading for you. You have the Strength card. Strength is connected to, healing, right? So you're getting stronger. It's kind of like not overdoing it, not, overstepping a boundary within yourself that will cause you to feel weakened in the end. You know what I mean? You don't have to use all of your might. You don't have to use all of your strength. And it's about being smart and being logical with the Strength card, using your best judgment, okay? Definitely. And following an instinct that actually is one that is, smart, right? Like that kind of thing. Patience, okay? It will be very smart of you to use patience at this time, right? Especially with the Seven of Wands being there, okay? And then this Strength card is talking about highs and lows, using that patience with it, when you're going through highs and lows, right? Not being afraid of a challenge, not being afraid of a test of strength, spiritual strength, okay? This might even be like, a test of your emotional strength too, right? Not letting your emotions get the best of you either, with the Strength card being here, right? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid? You know what I mean? Maybe you're staring fear right in the face, okay? Maybe you are. There's the Nine of Wands. So it's the Strength card being an 8, and then that 9 is a progression. So we're giving 7, 8, 9. You know what I mean? And all of them are fire, right? So fire sort of like purifies things, right? Maybe these are some bridges that need to be burned. You know what I mean? Right? So then the Nine of Wands is talking about how you have all of these experiences behind you, right? That have made you kind of put up a wall, maybe isolated yourself. Maybe it's, you know, it's a second skin of sorts. You know what I mean? You got your guard up in some kind of way emotionally. You know, this is the moon in Sagittarius, the Nine of Wands, so it's having an emotional guard up, right? And then this is kind of like something has taught you to be this way. You know what I mean? You're like, this is why I am this way. Because life has taught me to be this way. Because I've had to practice so much strength. I've had to overcome so many things. You know what I mean? My strength has been tested, right? Strength is also associated with weakness. You know what I mean? So maybe your weaknesses were staring you right in the face with the strength card. You know what I mean? It could be like weak points that you have within yourself, or it could be like weak points as a result or as a reaction to something. You know what I mean? Maybe you were feeling some kind of way. I don't know. The Nine of Wands is here, and that's feeling some kind of way. Because that's challenging the strength card. So maybe your ego is being challenged in some kind of way. I don't know. And we have it here with the Seven of Wands, right? And it's Mars and Leo right there. Or maybe you are challenging someone else's ego. Two sides to every story. But this is definitely surrounded by, like, I don't know. Does it have anything? Yeah, it has something to do with work. So it's like you're doing this to make something work. Or maybe you have your guard up at work for some of you Pisces. You know what I mean? Or maybe you have your guard up, I don't know. You know, just feeling a little like emotionally wounded from some past experiences. You know what I mean? I hope that we can do something about that. Yeah, for sure. Because the Seven of Cups is here in the past. So this is talking about past emotional wounds that we are still emotionally tied to. Maybe still being emotionally invested in, you know? That type of thing. I'm sorry. Something fell. But the Seven of Cups is talking about how are you healing? Are you making the right choices in your healing process? You know, do you know what your options are in your healing process, right? Do the things that are going to actually pay off for you, that are going to have like a, what am I trying to say? That are going to be emotionally uplifting, right? And maybe not in the moment, but something that will pay off for you over time. Realize how something has actually not paid off for you over time. You know what I mean? This has to do with a continuation of destructive habits. You know what I mean? It could definitely be that, or actions, right? So just be mindful of that, of ways that you might need to be more decisive and be more definitive in your approach. You know what I mean? And you can't welcome everything in your life. You know what I mean? You can say no to some things. That's what this is connected to. Okay, so let's look at the Sun position. The Sun position is the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles is connected to like how you are working, what are you manifesting, your gifts, your talents, and your skills. So maybe you might be feeling like people don't think that you're as smart as you are with the Page of Pentacles being in the Sun position, but you feel like you are very multi-talented, right? You feel like you have a multitude of, I don't know, gifts, right? You have a lot to bring to the table, but I feel like people don't necessarily appreciate it because they see you as something, I don't know. That's what the page is. Like the Page of Pentacles is very reliable, but it's the reliable person that kind of like is the one that does all of the work behind the scenes. You know what I mean? It's like the assistant of the person, but the assistant is actually the one that is doing it. You know what I mean? Whatever that means for some of you. That's not going to resonate with everybody, you know? But the Page of Pentacles is grounding yourself, right? Yeah, trust the process because something is going to be rewarded through this hard work from the Page of Pentacles. You know what I mean? But you definitely have to, like, keep your head in the game in some kind of way with this Page of Pentacles. Right. Knight of Pentacles in the Moon position. So this is like a progression. This is kind of like a promotion. Some of you might be experiencing a promotion at work, right? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. But then the Knight of Pentacles is also kind of like coming from, you know, irresponsibility and going into responsibility. And that's kind of like the Page and the Knight here, right? You've got a different approach, right? That's what the Knight of Pentacles wants you to do. It wants you to take a different approach. The Page of Pentacles is kind of like used to something because it's been ingrained in their mind, right? They've been taught a certain thing, right? And it's through the consumption or the use of something, or the time spent doing something, or the amount of information that you, or the amount of knowledge or wisdom that you get from doing something or being something or learning something or whatever the experience. So the Knight of Pentacles is saying, like, coming out of you know, that energy of just using your energy for anything, you know. The Knight of Pentacles wants you to be more methodical, right? It wants you to be taking a healthy approach, like I said before, because before the Knight of Pentacles, we got Leo, and Leo is just kind of like, I'm doing what I'm doing right now, living in the moment. But the Knight of Pentacles also knows that, like, you know, the intention and the effort and the approach is going to bear fruit to something that is far more valuable than what we used to think was valuable, or what was valuable for us once before. You know what I mean? I don't know. Star card. Star card is talking about, you know, confidence. It's connected to the Strength card here, but this is spiritual strength. You know what I mean? A test of spiritual strength, achieving balance within yourself again, right? It is 17, so it's kind of like it's healing psychologically, mentally, right? But you've just got to surround yourself with energy that is going to uplift you spiritually. That's what the Star card is. You know what I mean? The Strength card is taking action and feeling like you're getting the gratification, maybe, you know, because the Strength card does speak about maybe an insatiable appetite or an anxiety, right, to just make something happen or to accomplish something, or to feel superior, or to feel stronger, whatever that is, you know. So sometimes in our efforts to kind of act in a way that makes us feel stronger, that's for our ego, you know. So with the moon being here in Sagittarius, maybe someone took a blow to the ego in some kind of way, you know. That could have been what someone projected to you, or what you projected towards someone else, and now we're experiencing the repercussions of that, you know. Someone's ego took a little bit of damage, right? But the Star card is here, and we're pulling away from our relationships that we need to, you know, that we're so influenced by, like our whole thought process, you know, what we think about, how we think about ourselves, how we see relationships, all of that. We need to pull away. We need to retune with ourselves, right? We need to recalibrate. We need to rebalance our chakras. We need to listen to things that show us colors in our mind. We need to be surrounded by nature. We need to be looking at art. We need to be informed, right? But we also need to be connecting to our human experience in a different way than we are used to, right? From the Strength card, you know what I mean? So now we're going to the Star card. And now we have the Nine of Cups, which is beautiful because it is kind of squaring this energy of the Nine of Wands, right? So now we're finding that emotional contentment within ourselves and within what we are doing as we move forward in life. You know what I mean? Look at how you've grown so much emotionally. You know what I mean? Don't think about the struggle. Think about what you've learned as you've come out of that struggle. And that's what the Nine of Cups is associated with in this Mars position, you know? Right, with the Magician coming in right after that, definitely on a new path to greatness, honey. Somebody is, you know, and this could be for people who have the sun in the 12th house as well, right? Or you could have Jupiter in your 12th house. That's very much like Pisces type of energy. But the Magician is connected to like inspiration, imagination, staying inspired, right? Because we have all of the elements that are here on this table, and we are talking about having everything that it takes to succeed. You just have to believe it. And this is connected to that Strength card that's right here. You know what I mean? Because the Magician and the Strength card are both associated with the sun, you know? So yeah. Right? This is the relationship that you have with yourself, strengthening the relationship that you have with yourself, right? Getting to know oneself. How familiar are you, right? Because you have to familiarize yourself with, you know, an ever-changing world, right? And this is you, as you are like the center of everything. You are the common denominator. So if you want to see change in your life, how can you change? And that's what the Magician is talking about too. And it's also talking about magic. Obviously, it's there. So what is that about? And then the Temperance card is here. And the Temperance card is talking about spiritual balance that you need to achieve. You know, it is a card of like trying to reconnect with faith, reconnect with something, right? But the Temperance card is 14. It's a 5, so it's connected to this malevolent energy, which is the 5th house. You know what I mean? So we're trying to create change within ourselves. So this is prayer, right? This is also meditation. This is a spiritual pause, right? And it's funny because the Magician is coming up and then the Temperance card is here, right? So maybe we need to do some healing magic. So maybe somebody might even be trying to do some forgiveness stuff. I don't know what y'all got going on out here, Pisces, right, with this 10 of Cups right here. So the 10 of Cups is just a response from this 9 of Cups, and then it's also reflecting this Magician here. And we got the Temperance card, which has 2 cups in it, so it's connected to water, okay? Wow, this is really amazing. But yeah, this is definitely spending time with yourself, right? Pulling away. That's why the Star card is here and the Temperance card is here, right? And this is talking about spiritual pursuits. It could also even be connected to your sense of emotional well-being, you know? So you need to do something for your own emotional well-being, you know? This is also a card of like, I don't know, unconditional love. Somebody might need some attention, you know what I mean? Somebody could be doing things to get attention or because they need that sense of satisfaction, you know what I mean? But it's a good card. All right, yeah, there we go. The 3 of Swords is at the top. So this is a karmic relationship, and this is kind of like accepting the ending of a karmic relationship, or it could also be like getting past the struggle, right? The heartache or the pain or the disappointment, you know what I mean? You had high hopes or high expectations for something, and then it was, you know, blindsided. Maybe that's what the 3 of Swords is, being blindsided by something, right? But it is Saturn being exalted in Libra, which is talking about taking information with dignity, you know what I mean? Understanding that something was a lesson for you to learn that was going to be a part of your karmic test, you know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe some of you have lost faith in a relationship, or maybe some of you need to understand that you need to stop giving time and giving attention to a relationship or to something that doesn't deserve it, because this is third-party relationships or third-party influences, right? Just because it is relationships, it's Libra, it's a 3. Something is not going to continue to grow, or whatever this is, right? And that's probably why this 10 of Cups is here, talking about an ending of some sort. I don't know. I hope that this reading was something for y'all, because I did it quickly and I just went through it, and I do not know. Every message isn't going to resonate, okay? With everybody. That's just it. Bye.